Hello and welcome. We will be starting the RFID Innovations Transforming Automotive Industry 4.0 webinar in just a few minutes. Please hang on. Thank you for joining. Hello everyone. Welcome to the webinar today. We will start in just a few moments. Okay, great. We're going to get started. Again, welcome. My name is Sarah Whitman with Avery Dennison. Today we're having the RFID Innovations Transforming Automotive Industry 4.0 webinar. Today you'll learn from our experts on the benefits of the new UCODE 9XM features, as well as its key application. You'll also gain insight into how new transponders are transforming the automotive industry 4.0 and the latest trends. And with that, I will hand it over to Lowry. Oh, and one more thing. If you have any questions for the panelists, please do add those in the chat. So thanks, Lowry.
Excellent. Thanks, Sarah. And welcome everyone also from my side. So let's get started. So this is our agenda for today. So let's start the webinar with a very brief speaker and company introductions. Then we will move to Industry 4.0 megatrends in automotive. I will explain a little bit what are the targets there, trends, where we are today. Then we will hear from the experts about the UCODE 9XM key features for the IC and also the transponders from Avery Dennison side, which are optimized for automotive. And then we will wrap it up with the information about how these new products are driving forward the Industry 4.0 trend. So my name is Lauri Hyytinen. I'm working as a market development manager at Avery Dennison SmartTruck for automotive applications. Today, together with me, I have Masome Hassani, our lead product line manager for RAIN RFID transponders. And also our great friend, James Goodland from NXP Semiconductors. James is working as a marketing manager for UCODE memory products, and he's also looking after industrial verticals for UCODE RAIN RFID products at NXP. So at Avery Dennison SmartTruck, our vision is that we believe in the future where every physical item will have unique digital identity and digital life. Avery Dennison is a very global company. Our last year's reported sales was $9 billion USD. We are operating over 50 countries worldwide. We have 36,000 employees, and it's very kind of a focused global material science and manufacturing company. Then James, handing over to you about NXP.
Yeah, thanks, Larry. Hi, everybody. Yes, my name is James Goodland, as Larry said, and I work with NXP. And just a little bit about NXP today. So primarily, we work with our partners and our customers to provide advanced solutions in a variety of industries. You can see them on the screen there: automotive, industrial, mobile, smart home, smart cities, and infrastructure for communication. We've had over 60 years of experience, and in 2021, we had revenues of over $12 billion. Operating in 30 countries and headquartered in the Netherlands. So on the next slide, I'll talk about a couple of the particular industrial verticals which are relevant to this discussion today. On the left there, you can see industrial and IoT. We've got a really large portfolio in this space, large ecosystem supporting it. Here we've got products such as ultra-wideband, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, NFC, near-field communication, and of course, RAIN RFID in the guise of UCODE ICs that we'll talk about a bit further on. We're also very strong in automotive. Here we've got systems to improve time to market and assist scalability. NXP is a leader in microprocessors and systems that enable vehicle access and improves safety and networking and sensing solutions as well. So today we're going to cross these two verticals by discussing how NXP's UCODE products built into Avery Dennison's product range can really move the automotive manufacturing forward. Right, I'll hand back to Larry. Thanks, Larry.
Thanks, James. So let's move to Industry 4.0 megatrend in automotive. So the Industry 4.0 is familiar to all of us. We have heard about that. We have heard about that for many years. But where we are today with this fourth industrial revolution, I'm following kind of a strategist and well-known expert Industry 4.0 godfather, Henrik von Schiele. And he has spoken lots about the Industry 4.0. And lately, he highlighted that how important it is for the companies to continuously move forward with the Industry 4.0 strategies. And that was one of the starting points also for this webinar. So Henrik von Schiele, he highlighted that there are three main things, three focus areas, where to focus when you want to move forward with the Industry 4.0. First of all, you need to think about value, not technology. You need to think about the people, not tools, and set clear targets for your development. And to help companies to set the correct targets and understand at which stage they are on the 4.0 development, he has created three-stage kind of a map to evaluate that. The stage one, it's a digital connectivity and sensors. That means that at this stage, you focus on the operation excellence. Stage two, it's a digital engineering. At this stage, you focus to improve your growth. And the third stage, it's digital operations, when you increase differentiation. I will share a bit more about how RAIN RFID can support automotive industry on their path to the third stage. But before that, I would like to hand over back to James and Masome, who will introduce the key features of NXP's new IC, UCODE 9XM, and also Avery Dennison Smart Racks transponders, which are optimized for automotive applications. Back to you,
Thanks,
James.
Larry. Brilliant. Thanks so much indeed. So I'm really excited to bring the key features of UCODE 9XM to you today. If we can go on to the next slide, please, Larry. I'm going to start talking actually though about the UCODE portfolio very briefly, just to introduce where it sits in our portfolio. We've got a variety of very high performance chips in our portfolio, starting off with the UCODE family, and these are products which sit in many billions of tags that go and are used in many industries around the world, including logistics and baggage tracking and retail applications as well. All these products typically have extremely high performance, but they only have a very small amount of memory, and that amount of memory required just for those applications in particular. The UCODE memory family is next, and these are the ones that have a little bit more memory, so a bit more EPC, a bit more user memory. And these are usually used for things like industrial and supply chain applications. And then finally on there, we've got the UCODE DNA family. And this is a group of products which are used to prove authenticity and add extra layers of encryption, privacy via encryption. And this is particularly relevant in vehicle tracking or brand identity applications. But today I'm going to talk about UCODE 9XM, which on the next slide I'll start positioning and explaining how this fits in with our UCODE memory family. So there's three key things that I'm really quite excited to bring to you about highlighting about UCODE 9XM. First of all is the performance. And this is a product which has been built on the highly successful UCODE 9 platform. Therefore, you should expect top-notch performance. The read and write sensitivity here is significantly improved over our previous UCODE memory products. UCODE 9XM is a RAIN RFID IC with expanded memory capacity. So it has more memory, as we say, in both the EPC and the user memory banks. But additional to this is the memory banks themselves are actually configurable. So they're scalable with the customer. So during the standard encoding process, the customers can actually decide how much memory in each of the memory banks is required for their particular use case. I'll explain a bit more about this as we go through the detail. And then thirdly, the idea of sustainability. So of course, RAIN RFID implementations can increase the operational efficiency in a variety of industries with positive financial and environmental implications. But with UCODE 9XM, this can be done at the same time, but whilst also reducing the size of the raw materials required with tag design. Okay, let's get into the three things, and I'll start off with performance. So you can see there a graph showing performance, and this visual is comparing UCODE 9XM to our previous UCODE generation, which is UCODE 7XM. And in this case, the higher the bar, the better, or the higher the bar, the better the read performance. And the darker bars there you can see is read, the lighter bars is write performance. And you can probably see that UCODE 9XM has a fantastic read performance of -24 dBm. This is compared to -19 of UCODE 7XM. And to put that into context, it's 3 times better than the previous generation, and it's the equivalent of UCODE 9, the highly performing product, which is used in many retail applications out there. But why does this read performance matter? Well, it makes it easier to read the RF unfriendly tagged items. So it's easier to read tags at a further distance. It's easier to capture the difficult to read items at the bottom of a pallet or the back of a warehouse. It's easier to identify the metal automotive components, accurately capture the inventory. It's easier to check the dates and lot numbers on components or returnable packaging. So basically, it makes systems more robust and generally easier to ensure you've got the right data at the right time. But this higher read sensitivity also means that it's possible to have smaller tag antenna designs, which can provide a similar read performance. So you can have small items can be tagged, and potentially this can increase the scope of existing RAIN RFID solutions, or introduce whole new use cases as well. And then to the write sensitivity, whilst the read is the measure that many people look at, you can see here that write sensitivity is also vastly improved over our previous generations. So in fact, here it's actually 10 times better than UCODE 7XM. And this increased write sensitivity means faster and more robust tag encoding, with less chance of the tags being on the edges of the necessary power to ensure a correct encode. And the gap between the read and write has been reduced to only 2 dB, making it much easier to encode tags both at speed and at distance. Okay, let's go on to looking at the next attribute, which is all about the memory. And in UCODE 9XM, there is, of course, the standard memory banks that you would expect in a RAIN RFID tag. So it includes the reserved memory, and this reserved memory has the 2 independent passwords for kill and access, as would be expected. But it's the customer configurable EPC and user memory that we're excited about. So this memory, as I said before, is configurable on UCODE 9XM, and in total there's 880 bits that's shared between these 2 memory banks. And these 2 memory banks can be split into one of 3 configurations that you can see on the screen there. So config 1, the top one there, has a smaller EPC of 128 bits, designed for smaller identifiers such as the GS1S GTIN. And this is coupled with the large user memory of 752 bits, which can store all the additional production and data and proprietary information that might be part of the manufacturing process. Configuration 2 is the default configuration, and this is the memory layout that UCODE 9XM is delivered with. This has 256 bits of EPC memory and 624 bits of user memory. And this satisfies many use cases in diverse industries, including some of the automotive manufacturing, and also those that require date and batch information to be stored on the tag as well. And then finally, we've got configuration 3, which is perfect for those industries where applications require the largest of EPCs of 496 bits, and this comes with 384 bits of user memory as well, so no compromise in being able to store all that necessary production data, which might want to be stored in the user memory. So that's the 3 configurations. But what's important to note is that this memory configuration is selectable by the customer during the standard encoding process. Therefore, a single IC and a single tag design can fulfill many different use cases. Configuration can be made at any time by a standard writing command, so there's nothing proprietary, nothing complicated, allowing customers to select the most appropriate memory configuration for their application at the time. And also, whilst not listed there, UCODE 9XM is a modern RAIN RFID IC, so it has all the modern features you would expect. So we have memory safeguard on there to ensure the integrity of the data on the chip. We have a complete standards-based untraceable function to enable customers and business and user privacy. And 9XM also has the block permalock, which allows selections of the memory to be locked while still allowing changes to other parts of the memory. This can be useful to ensure permanent data remains on the tag, such as the key identifier or the manufacturing data, whilst allowing other parts of the memory to be used for transient data from different internal or external processes. So UCODE 9XM's memory design and functionality makes this RAIN RFID chip robust, flexible, and customer configurable to support many different use cases in a variety of industries. Right, we'll go on to the third attribute now, which I highlighted, which is sustainability. So we know that RAIN RFID implementations can promote efficiencies in many aspects of industry, including manufacturing and supply chain. And this is through producing only what's required, so reducing waste. This is through transporting only what's needed or ordered, so increasing efficiencies. But the extra performance that UCODE 9XM brings can enable smaller tag antennas to be designed. Typically, chips with memory lag behind their non-memory counterparts, but UCODE 9XM is right up there with UCODE 9, as I explained. So this means that smaller tags can be designed, which obviously means that smaller items can be tracked, but also more importantly for sustainability, fewer raw materials are potentially needed for the antenna, for the substrate, for the adhesive, for the label, and in the case of plastic hard tags, all the plastic houses that house the chip and the antenna can also be reduced. So that's all about sustainability. So let's move on just finally from me a little bit about some of the use cases that we see with UCODE 9XM. And there's many use cases within the automotive industry and also throughout the RFID world in general, where both EPC and user memory banks large user memory banks are required. So traditionally these come from manufacturing related industries, but more and more the necessity to store data on the tags required due to reliance on RAIN RFID implementations, coupled with the fragmented enterprise systems or intermittent connectivity, or simply because data needs to travel actually with the tag that it's attached to. So use cases can range from complex manufacturing operations where additional memory, either EPC or used memory or both, is used to store information on, say, assembly operations, recording which parts have been assembled into which vehicles or machinery, inventory management to ensure that all parties are available, and ensure that it line side at the right time in the right sequence. Tool management used to record the maintenance history of tools to ensure maintenance schedules are upheld and preventative actions are taken to maximize the uptime. Supply chain management and logistics, recording more data on the tag to ensure the product, the container, or the consignment gets to the right place at the right time. And then there are other industries that use this high user memory or EPC memory to ensure the data stays on the tag and with the item. So airline baggage tracking, ensuring the luggage arrives at the correct destination, perishable item management to help find stock with limited life while completing the standard inventory count operations, pharmaceutical industry where batch codes and dates are stored on the tag and these can track products, and search for recall material, and this search for recall material using RAIN RFID with the data on the tag is much faster and less costly than any manual process. So with the customer configurable memory and the high performance, UCODE 9XM can enable all of these use cases. Right, that's me. So I'll hand over to Massey to discuss a bit more about the inlay designs used in the automotive space.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, James. I'm also excited to be here to speak about our product. In Avery Dennison, a smart track, we are committed to work with the UCODE 9XM IC as well and bring it to our portfolio with the industry proven product. Today, I plan to walk you through only a few of the industry leading design that we plan to upgrade using the UCODE 9XM IC. And obviously, we continue to expand it to rest of our portfolio and with other segment and automotive as well. So no fundamental change really to the standard portfolio product, but taking advantage of the feature that James explained and highlighted here, we plan to develop and deliver more reliable products with more accurate yield and top performance, which I'm sure the automotive market will benefit from. With the belt, basically keeping the size of the inlay same as standard as we have our portfolio today, using the UCODE 9 XMIC with this product significantly can boost the performance. I think earlier phase study, we can say at least there would be 3-4 meters of improved read range with the belt compared, for example, to the current product we have with the belt 7XM or belt G2IM. Really, the key benefit with this product for the application is the compact size and excellent performance that make the inlay suitable for various item level tagging in the automotive, from interior trimming, for example, headrest, seat tagging, all the way to the inventory or part tracking in the stocks. MiniWeb, AD MiniWeb is much smaller in size than belt, but taking advantage of the improved IC sensitivity, this inlay basically will have a global performance. It's really the size of MiniWeb is suitable for tracking and the tagging the item that have in a way limited space, or they should be placed in the limited space, but still a decent performance from inlay is required. So specifically good for those parts or pieces in the application which made of, for example, plastic material. It's a small size inlay, definitely cheap, but cheaper than belt, but still suitable for variety of the item tagging. Next product that we plan to develop with the U9XM is the twist. I think we have this product currently also in our portfolio, is a loop tag going around item in various shapes or size, such as tubes, wires. It's very good product basically for tagging the spare part in the inventory. The main advantage with the twist U9XM going to be reduction in the size. So size of the twist U9XM going to be smaller than current version of the product, which, as James also mentioned, it would really be sustainable, of course, less cost, and still top performance. I think the twist U9XM would be smaller than 7XM product that we are offering today, but still same level or better level of the performance. With the Midas flag tag, it's the Avery Dennison standard solution for the on-metal tracking. It's really suitable for tagging and tracking any metal part in a vehicle. The advanced feature with this version of Midas flag tag that we plan to develop with the U9XM would be that the product going to be a global performing product. Previously in our portfolio, always to boost and have a top performance, we have to separate the HC version, FCC version of this product, and like in a way offer two separate versions of the inlay. But with the U9XM, we plan to introduce only one inlay that can perform globally, and it would be as well sustainable as James mentioned. With the dark bone square wave product family, they are really the largest and the greatest in terms of performance we have in portfolio. Both inlay, they are a standard footprint in the market, very famous, very known. But using the U9XM IC will basically help that product provide a super performance and make those products excellent for tracking difficult to tag item in automotive application. For example, with the windshield tagging or headlamps, when or any other piece or parts when we have in the car which it's made of challenging material and it needs really super performance. This product are good offering in our portfolio with U9XM, and yeah, it will really help to tag in a way the difficult to be tagged items. Yeah, with this, I think we are really excited to start upgrading our portfolio using the new U9 XM IC, and we will continue working on that, and hopefully we can come to the market with all of this great product. So thank you for your attention. Here I will pass it to Lauri to continue with the rest of his presentation. Thanks, Lauri.
Thanks, Masome, and thanks, James. Looks really, really good. I'm excited to offer these products and introduce the products to our partners and customers. So that's good. So kind of moving forward, the next stage is to kind of a little bit getting back what I presented earlier about Industry 4.0 and consider how these new products are influencing and helping the industry to move forward with their Industry 4.0 strategy. I briefly introduce those three stages for you of the Industry 4.0 development. The stage one was digital connectivity and sensors. This is the first stage. At this stage, it's important to create improved visibility for your local operations before you move to global applications. So RAIN RFID offers unique ID for every car body, and component on the production line, and create online visibility for each production step. So every item can be now identified, and we can create bulletproof track and trace capabilities for component manufacturers and car OEMs. UCODE 9XM based products here offers longer reading distance, and the special thing about NXP and Avery Dennison SmartTrack is our superb quality. The both companies have heavily focused on that, and that's critical for this high demanding production control applications in the automotive industry. Moving forward to this stage two. Stage two was the digital engineering, and the target was to improve growth. Now at the stage one, so we have to pass through the stage one before we can move to the stage two. So at the stage one, we improved the visibility for the production. Stage two, we focused on to create visibility for the supply chain. Component supply chain from the supplier to warehousing, on-time deliveries, and optimization for the vehicle assembly lines. RFID tags today, we have almost all components in the vehicle have been marked with RFID in the separate projects. Seats, airbags, dashboards, bumpers, carpets, engines, you name it, gearboxes. All of those, we have suitable transponders for those. We have experience how to mark those. And now kind of we can offer better suitable transponders for that, which is then optimized for those use cases. What that enables, so we enable mass reading for the kind of a supply chain applications and the warehousing, automated outbound deliveries and inbound deliveries on the between the tier 1 and tier 2, the OEM. So connect the whole industry together. Warehouses mentioned, and then today there are dozens of automotive factories equipped with RFID readers, offering kind of enable that digital engineering and visibility for the production environment and there's kind of supply chains. UCODE 9XM-based products are smaller than earlier. It offers the kind of a faster operations, offers the reduced pricing for the high volume applications. And what's very important is also that the products are designed now for the certain applications, use cases, components, to have that use that optimized performance and reliability and offer that for the industry to connect together. And when we have done the pass through the stage 2, we are ready to move forward to stage 3, which is digital operations. And the target was, the main focus was to create differentiation. So now we have full visibility of our production. We have all unique IDs for the critical components and the supply chain visibility. So then we are able to move forward to offer services, which no one has done in the past. Vehicle can identify the components which are in use. Manufacturers have detailed information of the used components, and AI can offer recommendations of the services, improvements, and optimizations now. RFID transponders, more and more, can also build inside the products. So offering lifetime identification for the parts. One example now is the tires. It's soon the whole market is moving to use embedded transponders, offering information, for example, of the tire origin, but also collect the information of the activities like retreading during the tire's lifetime. And that information is crucial for the end-of-life applications. EV batteries is very interesting and fast developing market as well. Unique ID for each battery or cell even can create additional value for the reuse applications, enable more sustainable end-use operations. Other trends like digital product passport, Catena X, Global Battery Alliance, and many other industrial working groups. All of those are supporting the same trend, supporting the automotive industry to move closer to the stage 3. UCODE 9XM products with the configurable user memory offers great new possibilities for lifetime applications, where one transponder can serve multiple users and applications. On the right-hand side, you, for example, see that what are those applications for the mentioned tires. So where and how to connect the whole industry together, utilizing the RAIN RFID and getting the benefits over the lifetime of the tire. Thank you very much for following the presentation. And now I would like to hand over for Sarah for Q&A part.
Yeah, so we actually got the question, and perhaps this is redirected to James. Can I reconfigure the UCODE 9XM memory?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, of course. It can be reconfigured at any step. The only considerations, the only times it can't be reconfigured, as you would probably imagine, is if the memory banks have been locked or perma-locked or set to untraceable mode. Other than that, it can be reconfigured at any time. So as long as nothing's locked, you'll be fine.
And we had another question as well on does the tag have a kill passcode? Yeah.
The tag has a kill password. Absolutely. Yeah. So it has both the kill password and the lock password as well, and both completely independent passwords. Really important that they are not shared to make sure that these two kind of very separate functions, which usually have independent custodians or independent people that would need to have that knowledge of what the password in, remain distinctly different. Yeah, so it has both those passwords, but also it has the permalock and the block permalock as we discussed, and also the untraceable as well as we discussed. So yeah, it's full featured as far as those things are concerned.
Thank you for elaborating.
Sure.
Then we have, perhaps I think this is for you, Laurie. What is the key parameter which automotive OEMs are requesting from the transponders they use?
Thank you for the question. That's a good question. Of course, it depends a bit about the application. What is the kind of a use case and the key criteria there. But I have worked over 15 years with automotive and with almost all OEMs, and the key thing from my point of view, it's the reliability. So reliable applications, reliable reading. In automotive area, you want to avoid any surprises. So this type of technology, kind of, I think that's why it was great to hear from Masome and James about the improvements with UCODE 9XM, kind of how this product is then optimized now for automotive. And that's one of the key differentiator for Avery Dennison Smart Track compared to many of our competitors that now we have dedicated portfolio for automotive, optimized transponders for different use cases. So definitely reliable reading, product reliability, reliable applications. That's the thing, what's the key thing and key parameter from my point of view.
Thank you. Then we also have, do you provide partner recommendations on readers to optimize your gray tags?
Is that Stephanie question?
Sorry, yeah, that's perhaps for you, Laurie, I believe.
Could you please repeat the question?
Yeah, do you provide partner recommendations on readers to optimize your tags?
We have partners. We are working many of them. So if you have questions that what type of reader would be suitable for the application, please contact our regional team, our regional sales, business development, technical customer service. We're always happy to work with you. So of course, that's also depends upon the application and use case. But if you need recommendation, please contact us and let's work together to find the best suitable devices for you.
Okay, great. Then we also have, I believe this is for either one, is the temperature range from -40 Celsius up to 125 Celsius. So
James,
perhaps,
yeah, James, could you take that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Give me a second. Let me come back to you. Can we go on to the next one whilst I'm just checking?
Okay.
I don't want to get it wrong.
Then we have another one that says, we are using MiniWeb today in our production. Who should we contact to get more information about the product with U9XM? Perhaps Laura, you can answer that.
Yeah, so MiniWeb was one of the products there, and it's very often used in automotive applications because it's offering great performance with a relatively small footprint. So I recommend to contact our regional sales managers. So if you have a contact to sales, business development, they should be the first contact point. But of course, you can also contact me or Masome if needed, and we can then direct you for the correct person. But definitely, we are happy to offer more information when kind of if that's needed.
Okay, thank you. Then James, going back to you, will you be discontinuing UCODE 7XM?
No, absolutely not. There's no plans to do so at all. There's loads of projects out there that use 7XM, and 7XM has the additional memory capacity over and above that of what UCODE 9XM actually has. So it has 2K bits of memory. So there are some projects that require that size of memory. We would, of course, encourage people to migrate to the new product because of the reasons that we've discussed. However, UCODE 7XM is going to be in our portfolio for many years to come, so no worries about that. And whilst I'm on it, you mentioned about the temperature thing. I found it. So minus 55 to minus 125 is the temperature. Storage temperature minus 40 to plus 85 is the usage temperature. But of course, that's just for the chip. It also depends on the packaging as well. So that's the data there.
Very good point.
Yeah, I think if I continue from our side, it's especially question is then the adhesive, and then we need to check that based on the product that we have a suitable adhesive for the application and required temperature area.
Okay, then we have another one. How are RFID tags integrated and inserted into the components? Perhaps, Laurie, this one's for you. I know this can be an extensive answer.
We can think about the application. It depends a bit about what's the component like. We have tires mentioned today. We can have seats. We have lots of other components where we can place RFID embed inside and offer that reliable lifetime identification. So today I would say that maybe the seats and tires are the most common applications. Seats, we place that normally inside the foam, and then kind of just check the temperature ranges and how to place that the product stays as kind of in the correct location during the molding kind of the foam. And of course, for the tire industry, the special applicators which are placing the rubber coated product between the tire rubber layers. So there on the sidewall normally is the place where tire manufacturers is placing that. But if you have some special component in mind where you need support or kind of a question how to place RFID inside, embed inside, please contact us. We are happy to help you. We have lots of experts who are kind of very knowledgeable with the different production technologies, and we are happy to support you.
Okay, thank you. Then we had just one more question around how someone could get contact on the regional sales. But just for everyone to know, there will be, after this webinar ends, some follow-up email where you will receive contact information. So if you want to reach out to Laurie or James or Masume afterwards, you will get their email. So if you have any further questions, they will be more than happy to either answer the questions themselves or guide you further to the right contact. So I believe these are all the questions we have so far. Thank you for such an interactive audience. And if that is it, then thank you for attending, and we hope to continue these conversations with you. And thank you to our speakers.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Stephanie. Thanks.